Welcome to Christian Story 2 online, Religion 250. My name is Professor Leaf. I'll be your professor for this 8-week course. I'm glad that you're part of the course, and this first video is an attempt to kind of walk through the syllabus and help you get acclimated to the course, some of the expectations, some of the assignments, and hopefully be able to address some questions that you might have. So a couple things, first of all. The course is going to be broken up into 8 modules over the 8 weeks, and you'll be required to watch lectures online, watch videos on YouTube. The other one thing I want to emphasize as well is I'm going to be asking you to create some videos of yourself, recording yourself either with your phone or the laptop. And I'm going to be asking you to create YouTube videos that you can then create links in Blackboard. So if you hopefully you know how to do that, and if you don't know how to do that, please send me an email or something, and I'll help you figure that out. It's easier to do YouTube because then you can just do links instead of uploading things to Blackboard. So let me walk through the syllabus with you to give you a sense of what the expectations are going to be. So right here initially, if you look at this, I got the syllabus here, you'll see it's Religion 250 online, my name, and this is my phone number. This is my office phone number, and I'm in my office most days from about probably for sure 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock or so. You can always feel free to try to call me if you have questions. Leave a message and I'll get back to you. Email is probably the best way to get a hold of me. And contact hours, you can call my phone anytime. I maybe just won't answer if I have someone in my office, or if I'm not here, just leave a message. And email Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, I should be able to respond pretty quickly. Off hours, so 5 p.m. and on, or on the weekends, please use email. And I will try to get back to you as soon as I can via email. The course description: the Christian theological tradition is grounded in the person and work of Jesus Christ, is understood through the biblical witness of the Old and New Testaments. Therefore, this course presents an overview and orientation to Christian theology, focusing on its formation, content, role in the Christian faith throughout church history, and its interpretation of key biblical subjects such as God, Christ, creation, sin, redemption, church, and new creation. Ultimately, what this course will be is an examination of the ways in which we talk about God. Now, we get our language and our concepts from Scripture, but historically, these have been developed, and different ideas have been focused on as ways of talking about who God is and what it means to be a Christian and what it means to have faith. And so that's what we're going to explore is what are the different ways in which people have talked about God, talked about their experience of being human, and talked about salvation. And we're going to try to unpack that throughout this semester. You can read through these. I've uploaded this syllabus on the course on Blackboard, and so you can find it and read through the purpose and the objectives. I'm not going to go through that with you now. Course evaluation. What are the assignments you're going to be doing? Well, you're going to write 3 papers, 3 to 5 page papers on Augustine. You're going to read the Confessions. On Julian of Norwich, you're going to read. It's called the Revelation of Divine Love, but the version I've asked you to purchase is a contemporary translation called All Is Well. It'd be much easier to read. And then you're going to read Discipleship, and so Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I'm also going to ask that you are going to post weekly, and I'll explain this a little bit more down here as we kind of move through the assignments. There'll be online reading and lecture quizzes. We'll talk about that, and then there'll be a final exam. So let's start with the lecture and reading quizzes. So each week you're going to be given an online video lecture to watch. And it will be me. You won't necessarily see me, but I'll move through some of my PowerPoints and kind of talk through some different things like I would in a regular face-to-face classroom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have quizzes. You're going to be quizzed on both the lecture and the reading. Now, if you look through, it says a few things about the quizzes. First of all, the quizzes will be online, so they'll be on Blackboard, and the links will be marked. You should complete them after you finish the reading in the online lecture. The quizzes are going to be open note, so take notes and feel free to use any notes that you have taken while viewing the lectures or completing the readings. It'll make the quizzes much, much easier. The quizzes are going to be timed, so you only have a limited number of time to kind of complete the quiz. And then you're only going to be allowed to take each quiz one time. So I need to emphasize this. Please make sure you have time to complete the quiz before you begin. If you start and then get out, it will finish it. It'll be over, and then you'll get a 0 or however many you've completed. You can't go back in. So please make sure that you're ready to take the quiz at the right time so that you can complete it. All right, so each week there will be a quiz over the lecture and the readings. In some ways, this is a way of testing for content. Then you're going to write 3 papers. The first paper is going to be based upon your reading of the Confessions. There'll be a prompt right here. Based upon your reading of Augustine's Confessions, write your own confessions, taking into consideration the importance of memory and embracing our finite human nature for Augustine, or in the work of Augustine. So there are some different points about this, and I'll go through that more when we get to the time of talking about Augustine. And we'll spend a whole week kind of focusing on Confessions. And then paper 2 is Julian, and then paper 3 is Bonhoeffer. The final exam will be a take-home, open book, open note format, addressing questions that will attempt to bring insights from the course together. In other words, kind of wrapping it up. The final exam will be due the very last day of class, and I'll give that to you a couple of weeks ahead of time if you want to work ahead. And then I'm asking you to do weekly discussion posts. So each week I'm going to post a discussion question based upon the lecture and the reading. Students will then post their response to the question in a thread, and that'll be marked on Blackboard. And then I'm asking that you respond to 2 posts by your classmates to kind of facilitate class discussion. Now, well, I'll talk a little bit more about that as we and maybe write some stuff about that on Blackboard as we talk about the first question. But one of the ways that would be kind of interesting to do this is to have you post a video response where you actually are a video of you responding to the question. But I'll articulate that a little bit more clearly in the module. All right. Some important things. Well, first of all, the initial response is due by Thursday night of each week. The way the course is going to work is it's going to be a Monday to Sunday course. So the course begins midnight on Monday, or the week module will begin midnight on Monday and will end at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. And so I'm asking you to give your initial responses by Thursday night of each week, 11:59, so that there's time for people to respond. And then you're going to write 2 responses to your classmates that will be due the Sunday evening. Some things to consider. First of all, please keep up with the work, the course lectures, and the reading. Each module will be given a specific date. You won't be allowed to go back into the module once it's closed. You need to keep up with the work each week. And that being said, one of the interesting things about an online course is it puts a lot of pressure on the student to do the work. So you will be responsible to be doing these things, and I'm not going to be sending out reminders and things like that. If you don't get something in, if you don't take a quiz, you're just going to get a 0 on it. So please make sure that you're keeping up with the work each week. Number 2, please be sure to complete quizzes on time. I've already talked about that. And then also number 3, make sure you submit your questions on time. Number 4 is just saying all assignments will be submitted online on Blackboard. And then number 5 is a plea. Please do your own work. Obviously, technology is a great thing. We're able to have a class online like this. but it also can be a temptation. All of your papers will be submitted through SafeAssign, and you need to know the difference between using a source and plagiarism. I want to say right off the bat, you are much better off writing your own work. I am more interested in reading what you have to say than I am whoever else on the internet. I can look that up myself. It's going to be easier and more beneficial for you in the long run to simply do your own work. And if in question, cite. That's what I always say. Or if you have questions too about that, you can let me know. All right, required texts. So the required textbook is Alistair McGrath's Historical Theology. It's this one right here. Introduction to the History of Christian Thought, 2nd edition. The Augustine Confessions with Gary Wills as translator. I have that one right here. Now, you may not think, you can go online and find a cheaper version of this. Is only like 10 or 12 bucks. Are there cheaper versions? Yes, but you will struggle. This is a good translation, and translations matter when it comes to things like Augustine and Julian. The reason I picked this one is it's very readable. So please, please, please get that particular translation of the Confessions. The third book there you'll see is Julian, All Shall Be Well. Now again, this is the version that is kind of the Penguins version, okay? And it's this Revelations of Divine Love. This is the version I want you to buy right here. All Shall Be Well, Revelations of Divine Love, Julian of Norwich. The translator is Ellen Sana. It's very, very readable, and it's contemporary language, and I think this will be much better for you. So please, again, get that translation. And then you're going to read Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Discipleship. And I'm asking you to get this translation. This is a new contemporary translation. It will help you. It is easier to read. I know it looks thick, but much of this is kind of an introduction, editor's introduction, and then you get some stuff at the back. So it's not actually as long as it looks. All right. So those are the books I'm asking you to purchase, and you'll write papers on 3 of those books. And then the text, you'll have the textbook. The grading scale is there. You can see that. This is more for the in-class class, but if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. So here's the reading schedule. And what I've done on the syllabus is I've broken it down by modules. Each week is a module, its own module. You'll see the first module is going to be kind of a course introduction and you know, why do we believe what we believe? And so we're going to focus on important questions about beliefs and why we hold them and so on. And then you'll see we're going to move into kind of the patristic theology here. And kind of move through some different things. So you'll see I don't have everything listed on here that you'll need to do. So I'm going to ask you to read What is Social Imaginary, Charles Taylor, that'll be on Blackboard. I'm going to ask you to read Historical Theology, the introduction. There'll be a reading and lecture quiz, and then I'm going to ask you to kind of post response. And then Module 2 will begin the next week. This is the patristic theology, and we'll kind of talk about that as we kind of go along. All right. Module 3, Augustine. Module 4, Medieval Theology. Module 5, Julian. Module 6, Theology of the Reformation. Module 7, Theology of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Module 8, Contemporary Theology. What you'll find is that I'm breaking down on Blackboard, you will have these different modules, and within each module you will have all of these things. They'll be very clearly marked, and you'll be able to get into them and load things up and so on. All right. Please email me with any questions that you might have over the syllabus. Again, I'm really excited to teach this course. You know, online has things that are benefits and challenges, so hopefully we can kind of do this together. One of the first things that I would like you to do is submit an introduction video. I want to know who you are. And so I would like your video to be about 30 seconds long. And I just want you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? Um, and, something interesting about yourself, whatever you'd like to say. Just give an introduction so that we can kind of have a face with a name and kind of get to know one another. So maybe 30 seconds to a minute. They don't have to be very long. If you could record yourself and upload it to YouTube, um, and then take that link and put it into the Blackboard site, that'd be great. I'll put instructions on the site as well, and you'll see the place where I'm asking you to upload them. So that'll be one of the first assignments that I'm going to ask you to do. So just a little bit about myself. My name is Jason Leaf, and this is my first year here at Northwestern. And I'm married. I have 3 kids. I have a high schooler. I have a middle schooler and someone in grade school. Naomi is a high schooler. Christian is my son is a middle schooler, and my daughter Savannah is in 3rd grade. Yeah, I enjoy music. I'm writing a book on heavy metal music, so that might be something interesting about me. Be coming out this year sometime, and I'll probably make a lot of pop culture references, maybe especially film references as we kind of move through this course. I think there's a deep connection between theology and philosophy and film and music and all that stuff. So hopefully that will make sense as we go along. So I'm really excited to teach this class, and look forward to getting to watch your introductory videos and kind of hearing from you as we go through this course.